Well, it's rated one of the safest vehicles on the road. You know, a 5-star front, rear, and side collision, 5-star rollover. It's got top picks from the Highway Safety Institute. It's rated nothing but flawless when it comes to crash tests. You know, it's just an extremely safe vehicle with the amount of airbags, the ACE body structure, and some of the technologies that they put into the vehicle for the safety purposes. Families, there's a lot of families getting them. You know, they're sporty enough that, you know, the mom or the dad or both that likes a sporty car can have fun but still have their 2 kids and or 3 kids in the back fairly comfortably. Sound system is a new system, well, for 2009. You know, it's a 10-speaker, 410 watt sound system. Sounds phenomenal. It does have the Dolby Pro Logic 2 processor and does play DVD audio music and 5.1 surround sound. Most of the time, if they come in looking for an RL, they go for an RL. If they come in for a TL, they usually go for a TL. They really don't look at both because it's 2 totally different types of buyers that buy an RL and a TL. The RL buyer is somebody that's looking for straight comfort, convenience, smooth, quiet ride that's got all-wheel drive, and good power that they're not struggling to go up into the mountains. You know, the TL buyer is looking for a little bit more performance, a little bit sportier, more of a German type feel and ride. And they're just 2 totally separate buyers. You know, the RL buyers are typically a little bit older, and the TL buyers are typically a little bit younger. For 2010, it's the same as 2009. It's the new LED screen. It's hard drive driven now, so it's the fastest navigation system we've ever had. They really haven't made any advancements from the 2009 to the 2010 in the navigation. There's really 2 main options. The first one is a technology package, which is an upgraded sound system, your navigation system with backup camera, the keyless access system, Michelin tires, and a deck lid spoiler, which is where your camera and your button for the trunk are located. And then you've got the all-wheel drive, which is the all-wheel drive system and a bigger engine. It goes to a 3.7 liter with 305 horsepower versus the 3.5 liter 280. And then for 2010, they did make a 6-speed manual an option for the all-wheel drive. Maintenance is purely based on your driving habits and conditions. The car bases everything off of the way you drive. The more aggressive you drive, the little bit more maintenance you have to make sure the vehicle keeps running as smoothly as possible. You drive a little bit non-aggressively, or you drive more highway, you're not in the service department as often. You know, it's a very similar vehicle. The RL is going to be a little nicer, a little bit smoother, a little bit quieter. The TL is going to be a little bit more for that person that wants something that's still performance oriented, but needs the room for a family of 4 to fit comfortably. You know, I've seen, you know, the early to mid 30s, and I've seen upwards of, you know, the late 70s to early 80s. You know, they're kind of all over the place, but probably somewhere in that 40-ish range. You really can't see too much of the safety features visually. They're all kind of underlying. You know, it does have the ACE body structure, so in a frontal collision, it takes the power and moves it up and outside of the cabin. It's got structural beams all over the place, which are all hidden, of course. You know, the side airbags, the front airbags, not much you can see. The engines are designed in a severe frontal collision to drop down to the ground instead of up into the cabin. But visually, there's really not much you can see. But we have been told that the reason the front nose looks the way it does is it is part of the safety features. You know, it just depends. A lot of people lease for 3 or 4 years, and a lot of people hold on to them for an extremely long time. You know, I've got a few customers that, you know, are looking to finally get out of their 2000 TLs. So it's, some people hold on to them for 8, 10 years. Some people go every 3 to 4 years. Easily 100, 150, 200. You know, I've got one customer that's got an MDX that's pushing 300 plus thousand miles. So you maintain them, they'll run a long time. Most of the time the comment is, that was an extremely fun car to drive, or that handled a lot better than I thought it was going to, or I had no clue that car could do what it did. You know, unless you don't like a sport-oriented car, those are the only people that really don't like it, are the people that are looking for something that rides like you're riding on a cloud of, you know, nothing but smooth and quiet. Those are the only people that really don't care for this vehicle. Well, it's safety, you know, some performance. It just depends on the actual buyer, but most of it's safety and the features and just the vehicle overall. You know, it's a comfortable vehicle to drive. It's big, it's got a lot of power, and it's got a lot of features.